Now we move to the most primitive anthropoids, right? The most primitive simians in the old classification, but they are just, another haplorhine. However, they are a specific type, which are known as platyrrhines. So Platyrrhini is the type of classification we use for New World monkeys, which is the colloquial term. Now, remember, this has, rhini in it, so this has to do with the nostrils specifically when you look at some of the derived traits that are only exclusive to New World monkeys. Some important derived anthropoid traits to discuss, right? These are traits that you see in both monkeys and apes, and uh, one of them is known as postorbital closure. Postorbital closure can be easily seen from behind the skull or from looking head on with the human skull you can see here. When you look at lemurs, lorises, right, strepsirrhines, they don't have postorbital closure. They have a postorbital bar, yes, that connects both the forehead to the cheek, but they don't have any bony fillings in the eye orbits. And you can see both in the human skull as well as the uh, one of the monkey that's kind of turned to the side. When you look at the back of the eye orbits, they're filled in with bone. This is known as postorbital closure. So, for review, strepsirrhines do not have postorbital closure. Tarsius has partial. So right in the middle, watching evolutionary change of the bone filling in the eye orbits up the family tree till you get to anthropoids, monkeys and apes, where it is complete, full postorbital closure. So platyrrhines would be the most primitive anthropoid, and they evolved after the tarsier, the most primitive haplorhine, and they have a number of features uh, that also, make them anthropoids, like a fused mandible. But let's focus on the derived traits that are specific just to uh, platyrrhines. And this is why they are known as platyrrhini, because they have laterally facing nostrils, right? Rhini, or is our word to describe the area of the nose. And this specifically refers to nostrils that are pointing to the side. So anytime you see the image of a monkey, you can actually look at them head on, and you can see the orientation of the nostrils. If they're pointing to the side, then you can tell that they're a monkey that evolved in the Americas, the New World. Now you have nostrils that are pointing down, just like old world monkeys and apes, which are known as catarrhines, right? We'll learn about that as we're just about there. But just think about that. Is the orientation of the nostrils can automatically tell you whether you're a monkey that evolved in the old world or the new world. Platyrrhines live only in parts of Central and South America, and they have a body size that can be a little larger than some of the lemurs. Some of the howler monkeys can get quite large, 20, 25 pounds. Some of them can be as small as a tarsier, 3, 4 ounces. All of them are active during the day. They don't have tapetum lucidums, except the owl monkey, who is active at night. They are almost exclusively arboreal quadrupeds, meaning in the trees, and some of them will also leap. You will also notice that about 7 of the 22 genera of New World monkeys, they don't have a prehensile tail. I think I have 16 genera in 6 major groups represented here. Um, so not all of them have a prehensile tail, but some of them do. This is a tail that's equipped for prehension and for grasping things, so they can use this as a grasping tail. Other, primates can only use this tail as a way for balance, um, but they can use it kind of as a third hand. As a matter of fact, it has ridges on the underside of the tail, just like our hand does, uh, internal ridges. And their diet is mostly leaves and seeds and insects, right? Many of them are adapted to rainforests, living in trees, eating leaves. There are variable types of social structure that include both polygyny and polyandry. A few examples of New World monkeys. This is one of my favorite ones, known as an emperor tamarin, because they have this kind of mustache that makes them look like one of the Hohenzollerns or German royalty. And even the little babies have tiny little mustaches. They spend their days in the trees eating fruit, seeds, leaves, and insects if they can get a hold of them. And they actually have um, a social structure where the female mates with more than one male, and they usually have twins, and so there are usually two males in tow that will help babysit, and she'll use her tongue to let them know that she's ready to offload them and wants to take a little break. Howler monkeys are the largest New World monkey living in parts of Central and South America. They are one of the loudest creatures on Earth. They actually have a throat sac on the underside of their lower jaw that allows them to kind of reverberate their sound. Only males really do it at night, kind of to let everybody know that they're around. They are polygynous, where a male will mate with more than one female, and they're very territorial because they also are in areas where there's lots of fruit patches that they defend. And this is probably why, another reason that they evolved these very big throat pouches and sacs to, howl very loudly.